Police Report. I'm here once again with the third installment of the interview with Mike Chapman. Today, in this segment, we're going to be talking about Mike Chapman and his bid for state representative. Mike, would you like to say a few words about that?
Yeah, I'm honored to have been considered. I was asked to run for the position, the open state house seat, being vacated by Kevin Vandeweghe as he runs for the state senate. I think it's important that the state's facing a lot of important issues. First and foremost is education funding. The state has to comply with the McCleary decision, and so we look forward. That's going to be roughly $3.5 billion hole in the state budget. So we're going to have to figure out a way to comply with McCleary without cutting services to local government. The other thing the state always needs to make sure we are careful with is using taxpayer dollars with regards to public infrastructure like transportation projects and sewer projects, and roads and bridges, to make sure that those projects are moving forward and that they're public taxpayers being protected and that those projects are completed. They're important projects for the economic development of our state. And then finally, we live in one of the great, such a beautiful natural resource environment here, and our environment is so pristine with clean air and clear water, and so we have to make sure that we constantly protect that environment. But we also have to work with agencies like the Department of Natural Resources to make sure that they're able to meet their mandate to harvest timber level, harvesting of timber in a responsible way under the laws and the direction of the laws provide, but in a way that maximizes return back to trust beneficiaries. So it's the Department of Natural Resources comes under a lot of criticism, but I think that they need help from the state legislature. Make sure their budget is that they were given budgetary authority to meet their mandate. One big thing with Department of Natural Resources is their wildfire budget, and so we need to make sure that their wildfire budget, their ability to fight wildfires, that they can do that in a responsible way. So those are some of the issues. I think there's a lot of more issues that encompass the 24th Legislative District and the importance of that work. And so, I am running as one of the candidates for the open house seat in the 24th Legislative District, a district that stretches from Port Townsend all the way down to Ocean Shores and Hoquiam and Grace Harbor. It takes roughly over 5 hours to drive from one end of the district to the other. A very politically diverse district, and so it's an honor to be a candidate, and I'm asking for people's support and their vote everywhere I go.
Have you met your opponent?
I have met. I have one opponent right now. I'm sure there'll be others, but I have met my opponent. She lives in Hoquiam. Her name is Tammy Ramsey, and we had a chance to meet last week at an event in Grace Harbor. We had a nice conversation, and I think we'll have a cordial debate in the sense that this will be any kind of nasty campaign by any stretch of the imagination. She has some issues that are important to her that I think she's going to want to raise. I suspect that we won't be the only two running when it's all said and done, so we'll see who else might come forward for the race. But I'm working hard trying to meet as many voters as I can within the 24th Legislative District. Obviously, I'm fairly well known in Clallam County, having been elected as a county commissioner 4 times, and so this between now and through through the primary and then the general election, if I'm fortunate enough to get through the primary, I'm trying to meet as many voters as I can in Jefferson County and in Grace Harbor County, and reintroduce myself even to those voters and constituents in Clallam County who may not remember me or will be as familiar with me in the different districts, far west end and east end of the county. So it's a big district.
So what's your difference? What do you have? I guess what's I'm trying to get to the point here is how do you compare with your opponent? I mean, how are you different?
I don't know that I've figured that out. I think that the difference may be just simply where we live within the district right now, and the fact that I've been a county commissioner for 4 terms, so I'm used to governing, and I'm used to making decisions, and I'm used to the process that government goes through. But as far as specific issues, I don't know that there's a lot of differences right now, and I think it's probably way too early. I think we're both just introducing ourselves to voters. Here's what we bring to the table as individuals. The questions and the issues will probably get fleshed out. I think anybody running for the legislature this year is going to be concerned with education funding and how that's going to work and how we're going to meet that mandate without totally cutting the other services that the state provides. And so much of those services are delivered by local governments, which I'm aware of. And so many of the services that the state wants to fund, they funnel those funds through local government, and we actually, the counties and cities, actually provide those services right here on the ground. Well, we don't want to see those services cut. Conversely, we have to meet the mandate of the McCleary decision and make education is the primary focus of state, the primary responsibility of state government. So that's going to be a tough process, and it'll be a challenge, and I think it's a challenge that anybody running for the legislature this year is well aware of and understands there are no easy decisions on any of these, and we'll have to do a lot of listening. I think we'll have to do a lot of work together and be part of a good process to come to a solution that the majority of the citizens in our districts and the state can support.
Okay, final comments before we close out.
It's been an honor to have served as a county commissioner 4 terms, and not many people get an honor to serve for that many terms in one elective office. I really am confident that I'm leaving the county in good hands with the 2 commissioners who were there. And so as I move on this new adventure, I hope that people appreciate the hard work I've done on behalf of as a county commissioner, and I hope they'll consider me